The directory is really not very accurate about where the bathroom is. It was like, oh, it's in like, you go into Sears and it's in like the right corner when you first come in. No, it's not. It's towards the middle, on the left.
Well, let's see. 6 games. And
Okay.
I give you that.
That's what I get for trying to find a bathroom on the first floor instead of the second, okay?
Yeah, you're fine.
I loaned out Twilight and never got it back.
Really? So why did you get your books? Oh. But why the other 2?
They were there. I've been meaning to read them.
Is that Nicolas Cage?
I wouldn't put it past him. He's got a huge
Like on the ground. That dude. It is Nicolas Cage.
Whoever slays the most men breaks the first.
So, Fanta combats jalapeno fairly well. Apparently. Curious what this movie is that your grandfather is watching.
At what point did she send him off?
In the middle of the fight in the movie, but it would have had to have been around the time that Alice shows up. Would have been about the time that Alice shows up. Because it was after Alice shows up that whole thing happened. But I knew something was up when, like, Alice and Jasper get, like, pulled aside by the Volturi. I'm like, that didn't happen. What? And then Alice just goes and drop kicks him, and you're just like, what?
She's taking names here.
No, like, you just kicked the head Volturi across the field.
Bro, someone's in trouble.
You had a fun. It just ring
It does that.
and ring. Lol.
It's gonna be telemarketer.
And this is my parents.
Dad.
Oh, it's your parents.
How's that? I wonder if he tried to call my phone. Stop.
It did just die. It just did die.
I knew that was in the book.
What?
The redcoats are coming. The redcoats are coming.
Yeah.
He muttered mysteriously.
That was hilarious. That was
Garrett.
That was the
Freaking
Garrett was awesome.
Garrett was freaking
Where have
hot.
we? What has he been in before that we've seen him in?
I don't think I've seen him at all ever.
I've seen him in something. Definitely. Although in Breaking Dawn, he did look kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal in Prince of Persia. But that's not where I think I know him from. I've definitely seen him in something.
Look at that hotness.
Oh my god, get over yourself.
Look at that. That's beautiful.
He did look pretty awesome. But
You're so nice. He's pretty.
it was like cliche out the wazoo between him and okay, there's Arena, Tanya, and who's the other one? I know all their names. Why am I like suddenly like
Kate.
For some reason I thought it was like similar to one of the other two's names.
Okay.
The bottom. It should say show all. Scroll up. There.
Okay. Garrett.
You clicked on the car.
Leave haste.
Pushing daisies. That's it.
No way. He's in The Hobbit as well. Thranduil.
You call this glorious? Murdering women and children?
Now you're really excited to see The Hobbit, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
You just died inside, didn't you?
Not for this. I am the herald of God in this world. His voice
Oh,
rings ever in my ear.
he's a-
Perhaps it is not his voice you hear.
He's an elven king.
I am the voice
So he's
of
gonna
the
look
church.
pretty.
Bathed in truth and kindness in the light of my Lord.
He's gonna look
Pretty.
That's the thing about elves. They're pretty.
But that's hilarious. Like half the time you're like, they're pretty.
Pretty.
It's like, really?
One in Rome.
Oh yeah. Who is Brady Sachs?
Who? Brady Sachs.
That's his character's name in When in Rome. Hey, whoa, it's going too fast, man.
I see nothing. Did I watch?
Yeah, When in Rome and Pushing Daisies. I knew I'd seen him in something before. I think I saw like one or two episodes of Pushing Daisies.
Because he had like eyes. Guy who played
He
Benjamin?
was in in the Night Museum. He was the Pharaoh Emperor dude with the
Was.
tablet.
He was.
Mm-hmm. So he was.
Legend of Korra.
What else has he been in? I think I've seen him in one other thing.
Battleship.
Akamun-Ra. Yep, that was his name.
Raw.
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore
Andy. I don't remember which episode that was. But man. Crap. Oh my god. I can't remember his name. What?
Yeah.
My mind is exploding.
Who are you
Yannick
watching?
Truesdale, the Frenchman. His name is escaping me.
Yannick Truesdale from
That's
what?
his actor name. The
What?
character.
From what? What movie?
Gilmore Girls.
Luke?
No. It's Scott Patterson.
The boy?
The French guy.
French guy? Oh, Michelle.
Michel. I was like, oh my god, I can't remember his name.
Michelle
Michel was
Gerard.
fantastic. Michel Gerard. Reminding me of other awesome people. Gerard Butler.
Because
Although
a lot of French
sometimes,
stuff.
sometimes Gerard Butler and Russell Crowe, they could be doppelgangers. Crowe. Sometimes, man.
I think I'm gonna reread the series starting at New Moon. Since I don't have Twilight.
I could lend it to you if you
I don't know,
want.
nothing happens in Twilight.
True.
It's a bunch of staring and I love you.
And then by the time something really interesting happens, aka Victoria, James, and Laurent, you're like, I hate this part.
You better just skip it and get back to
Yeah.
where she should become awesome. Go find a vampire to change her and then hunt him freaking down. I was always disappointed in the hair. What was that?
I actually just came across an interesting fanfic where it was, it's about Bella being a 200-year-old vampire. And she ends up going to Forks and meets a human Edward. A very geeky one at that.
Well, I now hate Nicole Robinson.
Why?
Bye for now, America. Off to France.
Oh my god, why? I hate the world. The Van Slotens going to China was bad enough. Them going to wherever it was, Sweden or whatever, for the whole Sound of Music or whatnot. Switzerland, wherever it was. That was bad. Whoever went to London, I'm pretty sure someone went to London at one point. That was bad. You going to China, that was bad. Them going to France, I can't handle it anymore.
How is it you don't know this? Traveler.
What?
Just because you are unique does not mean you are useful.
Here you are. Two of my finest.
It's good for us.
Just because you, oh, unique. I thought you said mean. I was like, what?
Leave it. This way. What is it now? I saw my sword's crest. Told you you should have been around. two. Stand fast.
No way. Somebody actually commented that.
What?
Don't get me wrong, this guy is okay, but I'm 14 and I can speak for everyone my age when I say that time goes on, music gets better and better. We have more technology to make better songs with various sounds and not just the same boring guitar over and over again. Musicians like Skillrex and LMFAO and even the Jonas Brothers have more technology and knowledge at their disposal to make better quality songs. Somebody wrote underneath this, will the owner of this comment please leave the internet? It was on like an old song, like Jimi Hendrix. Hey Joe.
That's just ridiculous.
Well, Mommy's eating out because nobody answered the phone.
My phone died.
Well, I tried to answer it, but nobody. I got it.
What is this?
Cheese on my face.
Something with a witch.
Oh, he's in the way.
What?
On a scale of Tobey Maguire to Tom Hiddleston, how good do you look while crying? Abba! That is one lazy cat.
It is true. Tobey Maguire just doesn't look very good.
Hey, the seat alone.
What?
It's the one seat away from everyone else in the theater. That's actually pretty
President Obama is not impressed.
good. This book blew my mind when I saw this earlier.
Nice.
I'm like, how does it turn?
I didn't think about that. What the heck?
Invasion of the Giant Head people. Kitty cat! Scoot your chair over. Excuse me, sir, but do you have a moment to talk about Jesus Christ? Sir? HIPAA.
Okay, so one, I was just so lazy, just crazy lazy yesterday. Rhyming, not so great actually, but anyway, I literally spent the entire day just laying down in my bed and watching stuff on Netflix on my iPod, and mostly it ended up being the Australian show H2O, and I was surprised to find, because I'd seen it a couple of times in the past, and I came across something, because I was reading the first majority of the day, like in the morning, and I came across something and I was like, oh, that reminds me of that show I used to watch a couple of times, so I watched a bunch of it on Netflix, and it turns out that Claire Holt was in it, and I was like, isn't that the girl who's on Vampire Diaries now as Rebecca? And sure enough it is. So I mostly just watched it for her. And that took me like from like early-ish afternoon to about 1 in the morning. And I just went to bed at that point. And then I realized that I hadn't recorded anything when I meant to, and I was like, meh, I don't even want to. I was that lazy, so. But today, since I also had the day off again, I went to, I actually called people, and it was hard. Like, I had to call 2 of the Kathy Jean shoe stores at Perimeter Mall and North Point Mall to see if they had the boots that I bought last week, since one of the boots was technically broken and I couldn't wear it. So, and it ended up that North Point did have like 1 pair left in my size. Why is it so hard to find my size of shoe, by the way, because my feet are so big, man. Size 10 is hard to find. Grr. But anyway, so I managed to get them to hold that for me, and then I went down to North Point and got the shoes exchanged, and that took only about 10 minutes. So since my stepdad just waited for me at the food court, I ended up running a few like last minute Christmas errands. I was like, since I'm here and I have these ideas of things that I could do for Christmas things, and they didn't do them. So I made stops at Build-A-Bear and Claire's and Yankee Candle for my niece and my mother. And I got them things that they've outright expressed that they wanted. So, particularly for my mother, because last time when we got the first pair of boots, she saw the Yankee Candle store and she's like, oh, we need to go in there, and we forgot. So, and then after I got home, I like talked with my mom and for a while about like the stuff that I got in the new boots, showing her that these ones did fit right and everything. And then I went over to Beth's house like 4:30, and we went down to QT and got some food, like some nachos, and then we went over across the street to over by where I work to eat it, since it was kind of, I didn't want to say, we're just like, we don't have enough hands to like try and figure out how to, yeah. So, and like even as it was, like I had to like hold my drink in my lap and it spilled and got my legs, like my pants all wet. So I had to end up going over to the McDonald's and drying myself off. And we stopped and said hi to people since I was there momentarily, and then went back to Beth and we just chilled out for a while, ate nachos, and it was kind of spicy. I know I like spiciness. I've officially decided I cannot trust nachos unless they are from Moe's. Moe's is the only place that has cheese that isn't that spicy. I mean, by the time I finish, it kind of is spicy. After having all, like that much of it, like the cheeses finally seem spicy, but that is it. So much better than pretty much any other time. Grr, the nachos are so good though. But yeah, so we came back to Beth's house and we were watching stuff on YouTube for a while, and we were discussing stuff for Breaking Dawn because we both saw the premiere and we were freaking out over things. And then we just spent like 3 hours looking at funny pictures and laughing our heads off. Seriously, we were like collapsing onto each other. We were laughing so hard at some of them. And then I finally got home and like, whoa, has it seriously been an hour? I left at like 9:30, a little after 9:30, and it's just after 10:30 now, so that's crazy. But Nikki is back from coming now. I think they've been gone since like Thursday, but since she was back, I went and talked to her for a while, make sure she knew what I got for Aeon, so that since they were things that Aeon has mentioned wanting and things that she's been meaning to get Aeon for a while, that she would know not to get them since I already took care of it for her. So, and Aeon overheard the last of it, like, and she walked in when we were like, had gone off on a tangent about what I'd gotten for my mom at that point, but she was like, what's in the bag? Stuff, Christmas presents for you. She just about flipped her lid, of course, but he's like, can you tell me what they are? No, it's a secret till Christmas. Can I have them? Can they be mine? They can be yours on Christmas. So, but now I need to upload all the videos off of here because I have everything back from the marathon, and I need to clear up for clear it up for future days and stuff. Yeah. And probably gonna watch some shows on here in the meantime. Spelled what I planned to do. Been a surprisingly eventful day.